everybody, and welcome back to Console versus PC. We have exactly 28 hours and 10 minutes left in this there challenge. We are trying to finish out as strong as possible. Rabbit Rob, Dwayne, what is up?
Who's holding up the sleep right now?
Hey.
My guess is it's just... Dwayne's partially here, but not all the way in here.
Okay.
This chat says Dwayne's joined the server, but I don't think he's actually in the server, is he? Caleb, Hannah,
voice chat.
Waylon.
Yeah. No one at the house having a beer. I'll take game.
Say again?
Dozer,
So
welcome.
The only person in the house is you, isn't it?
That's correct.
Hi, Dwayne. Are you in, mate?
I am, yeah, sorry about
It's alright now. I'm trying to sleep, but
that. Yeah, I see that.
Well, I mean, we can either harvest the soybeans and wheat and stuff like that, or we can harvest beets. It doesn't matter to me what you guys, whatever you want to harvest on stream. What's the vote?
It all needs harvest.
I don't care. Whatever.
Well, I could start on the beets there and get all the little funky corners taken care of.
Yeah, if we wanted to start on the beets, we'd have to fast forward 2 more days.
That's fine.
Well, then,
I can continue to do this until we're totally ready for something else.
well, I am at the sleep trigger if that's the case.
Let's do that. Let's go 2 more days, and then the beets should be ready, and we can harvest everything.
Gary, how you doing? Ah, it's always good to sleep at the wheel. Sleeping at the wheel. It's the last 28 hours, Carrie. The last 28 hours.
Alright, they're full.
So the
Almost
challenge ends midnight, May 1st. So tomorrow night, when the clock strikes midnight, it is over. I'll be pulling the game saves off of both servers at the first autosave after midnight.
Sure.
And
The
then
egg
it's
trailer's
done.
not here. I don't know
No,
what it is.
the trailer's over by the productions. That is down by the production.
Liquid or the auto?
The auto load.
The auto load chassis.
Yeah.
I'm heading to get it. I know what it is.
Look at this, people. We've got beets for days, but we don't have days. Farming Sins, what is up?
One more siesta?
Uh-oh.
Or are you not ready yet?
Ready when anybody else is, yeah.
I'm ready whenever.
Snooze time. There we go.
Of course, it's gonna need one more month. All right, let's harvest everything else.
Yeah, right. Let's do that.
Oh, we're not short of those.
And there we go. Rabbit Rob. Always providing the alternate view.
Dwayne, if you want to empty, I'm behind you.
Yeah, just reposition this rig.
What about that mega mod drop today? Holy cow. Lots of mods getting updated. Lots of maps got released. Part of the updated mods, we got some updates to the script mods that were broken with the 1.4 update. Damjin, what's up, Damjin? An update to Calmston, which is basically a whole new map. But sadly, one of the mods I was so hoping to see today did not make it out, so that's going to be sometime next week, hopefully. That is Easy Dev Controls by a good friend of the channel, GTX. The return of Easy Dev Controls, and from what I understand, it's going to have all the power of the old Easy Dev and some new features. Hard to believe that there's going to be even more functionality packed into that mod. Good friend of the channel, Scooter's Workbench, got his very first Giants mod released for all platforms. Nonetheless, some placeable mailboxes of the US style. That was good to see. everybody, and welcome back to our console versus PC challenge. We are in the final 28 hours of the event at this point in time, and it is crunch time. We have all our fields ready to harvest. We've got, as you can see from the thumbnail, a massive, absolutely massive sugar beet field. And like I said, 28 hours from now, put a stick in this thing because it is going to be done. Solid, what is up? Carrie, Rabbit, Rob, Phil, Damgen, Farming Sins, Frickin' Ray. How you doing, Ray? Dozer is in the house. Caleb and Ham. How are you all doing this fine evening? That's right, Solid, you are just on time.
I'll get a second bigger go out there in a minute.
We need Cowboy in here. Where's he at? All hands on deck. That was the call put out earlier today. Right now, Tuki's not in. We've got Gizmo. We've got quite the international representation here. We've got Gizmo. He is in the UK. We have Optimus. He is in the EU somewhere. Somewhere in the mysterious EU. We have Gaming Joy from the West Coast. The left coast, if you will. And Dwayne, I think he's more in the middle of the country. Dwayne might even be Canadian. Don't hold me to that. He might be. Dwayne, are you from Canada?
Sure am.
Oh, look at that. We've got 4 different countries represented here.
Cool.
I mean, 5 if you figure the left coast is different than the right coast.
Hey!
Warrior Pierce, what is up? Welcome.
The West Coast seems to govern what we have to do.
Thank you, Gizmo.
So boring.
So sit back. We got ourselves a nice cooler of tea. Just gonna work on this massive sorghum field. We might move down there to a slightly smaller oat field, it looks like. I think we've got some beans around here somewhere to get. Saw that fancy trailer with the tracks on it. Does it handle any better?
Not really. It was meant as a joke. It was actually supposed to be hot pink, but, you know, the colors on that mod are just not working properly.
Oh. I was going to say, if that's hot pink, that is definitely different than what I would consider hot pink. Which
Right.
is probably not quite hot pink also.
Well, I forgot that the default colors don't work at all on those trailers.
But I did find out this week at work that apparently a building that we put in place maybe 10 or so years ago, apparently the door jambs are like a hunter green. I looked at the person and said, I'm like, what? These are green? Here, all this time I thought they were just kind of a shade of brown. I felt a little disappointed, a little depressed. Just think of all the interior design that is just lost on people like me. Dirty Bird Farms, welcome. Boyd Gaming, welcome.
I'm sure it's still matched the decor for you.
Matching. I don't know. The walls are some form of tan, I think. White ceilings. Who knows what the carpet colors are? That red liquid tank hold more than 30?
You know, I tried a version of it that holds 50 because the LSFW tank can hold 50, but this truck can't pull 50.
We don't have the LSFW trailers.
Huh?
We don't have the LSFW trailers.
No, these are from the LSFW pack. And there's a 50,000 liter version of this. You can upgrade it to 50, but this big rig won't pull it. It's too heavy.
The Farmer Andy trailers aren't on the model.
Maybe I have the name wrong.
Oh, no, that's
It's
right.
from the Lizard MKV Universal Tanker Trailer Package.
Yeah, that's
My bad, I had the name wrong.
Lizard, yeah, not yeah, I got that wrong. Don't enjoy.
It's all good.
No, I'd love it if we were using the Farmer Andy trailers.
I gave you the computer version, not the Lizard.
Doesn't matter.
I forgot we were on mods.
Dishes. Central warehouse. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of those warehouse mods like that. But I fully understand the console limit, and yeah, at this point, consoles are
Right,
stuck
how much you got?
using those
Just
warehouse
catch off
mods that
this,
are basically production. They
This
take
is
all the
swinging.
inputs and output all the outputs. What I don't like about how they work is, unless you set everything to distributing, as soon as you put something in, it pops right out. So you always have pallets at the output. So if you want it something else, you have to set everything to distributing. But what if you don't want things to be distributed? Then you got to make sure that you pull, that it's not toward the top of the hour, and then you set everything to distributing or selling, again, not at the top of the hour. You clear the trigger, and then you set whatever you want to spawn out, but it's going to fill up the whole output trigger with whatever you have, where maybe you don't want to fill up the whole output. Then you got to put them all back in. It's just a whole lot
Gizmo,
of
let me know if you want me to
effort.
dump either of those trailers while you're following them.
So I've never done a mod
Before,
video on those.
You have 2 trucks with 2 trailers, right? If one of them gets full, let me dump it so you can keep following them.
Oh, I've already done this one once, so. Alright.
Just let me know if you need help.
Is it Bergdis? Welcome to the stream. Now we have harvested a few pennies this month for sure.
Almost made it. Only one more growth stage in those sugar beets.
We'll be cashing in a lot of stored product in the next 28 hours, that's for sure. I haven't looked at it. I just thought it was another one of those warehouse production mods. Looked like there was a trailer that was included with it. We didn't pass in the night.
Almost.
Oh, hey, that sounds like a bit of a exploit there. I know, I thought we might be able to hit it, but nope. Boyd, my youngest had some earlier tonight. Look at that, we caught that little gap. Yeah, the store sort mod that came out today, that looks really interesting. Looks like it changes the sort order in the store from horsepower to money. Chick-fil-A. Man, if I could only tell you how many harvests we've done so far, harvest rounds we've done this month. So on Sunday, I've got a work Sunday, a rare Sunday that I need to go in the office. But that's because we have finals this weekend. All the kiddies are getting out of town. So spring finals. But when I get back to the house, I plan on recording a master wrap-up video of the challenge. So I've got the original save that we had, so I'm going to do a flyover, talk about the starting conditions and everything, and then I'm going to pull midnight tomorrow night, so midnight May 1st. I'm going to pull a download of the save game from this server. I'm going to pull a download of the save game from the console server. And that's obviously what we're going to use to tally the final scores, right? And I'm going to use those save games to then do a flyover of this server, so you can see a comparison of where we started, where we ended, and maybe that'll tell a little bit of a story of how we got there. And then I'm going to boot up and show you all
Hang on, Gizmo.
the console side. Again, the same idea. You know where we came from. You know where everybody started from. You can see maybe a little bit of the strategy differences between the two servers. I'll have some stats, obviously, that we would have pulled. One of the stats that I think I'm going to pull, I doubt we're going to have a tie. So we're not going to need to go to the tiebreaker. The tiebreaker would be the server that has had the least days passed. I think one of the stats I'm going to pull and go over during that summary video is the number of days that each server has gone through over the course of this month. We'll also talk about the number of individual players that have been on the server to get a little bit of a idea about the number of
I can
people
always cut a
involved
path over here for you, Gizmo.
as a whole for this particular challenge. And, well, who knows what else we might pull out of the save game to talk about and compare. But yeah, we're going to try to do a modest length video on that on Sunday, kind of to wrap it all up in a nice little bow. I'm at 72%. I don't know where Optimus is.
56.
Edo! Yeah, I think a lot of people will be interested to see the full map and how everyone basically all came to terms. I think we all know at this point that we have a whole lot of production on that side of the map, as does the console side. It's kind of interesting. Obviously, both sides pick that location to slap down a whole heap ton of production buildings. The 1.4 update definitely threw a giant monkey wrench in everyone's overall plans with the whole pallet limit. PC side, though, we've only had a 100 pallet limit, right? Console side, they've had to deal with a much more stringent 50 pallet limit when console players are loaded in, right? They've got a mix of console and PC players. If they only have PC players loaded in, then it's a 100 limit. As soon as their console player loads in, boom, it drops down to 50. So if they're floating above 50 pallets, and then they have a console player spawn in, no more pallets are going to spawn until they get below that limit. So they've had the shorter end of the stick with respect to the new pallet limit, that's for sure. I think we were harvesting this field on Tuesday night. Last time we had an opportunity to be on the server. $25,000 kilograms of chicken nuggets. It's just one McDonald's? How many different McDonald's order that many nuggets? see what we're gonna do here.
Well, I was just gonna do a turnaround and then make this field go square so the pipe is on the outside.
I think I'm playing chicken with somebody. Looks like Optimus.
Well, you're definitely playing chickens with the eggs earlier.
I don't know why that autoload trailer picks up so slow. It's like picking up one egg at a time.
Right now you do it.
Oh, if Klein is ready, I'm good for it.
I'm at 47.
Well, I'm at 70, so.
Let's see here. Will he get to us before we dive into the field? It's almost like it. Meet you on the other side. You brought the what? Brought the dip. What? What are you talking about, Willis? Go. Wait, this thing loaded. Go.
Oh, Clark.
Then we'll square this off. Clean up that area over there a little bit. El Capitalista! Welcome, sir. Has anybody had a chance to check out that forestry map that dropped today? The description implies there's some sort of mystery surrounding that map. Wonder what that mystery could be. seen, there's a fair number of what appear to be jumps or ramps on the map. Emergency farm guy, welcome. One of the ramps seems to change color at midnight. Not really sure what that's all about. Riverview, that is a map that has been around the block for quite a long time. Now, before I forget something, this video is brought to you by Alan McHorn and Mark DuPont. Thank you for being farm barons. D. Williams. That does not surprise me on Riverview. Not at all.
Go, Dwayne, I'll spin round.
FK, I'm coming.
Alright, I'm at 74%. No super rush. It'll work better once we can get all synced up.
I'm good.
I don't know what you're talking about, Rabbit Rob.
Somehow disconnected and tabbed away from it at the same time.
Not a good neighbor. The State Farm was not there. Lord, what the heck is going on? Spikier than all got out. Wow. Oh, looks like it's not answered to you either. Well, I get turned around and make sure the bot didn't get turned off. Darren, what is up? Anybody have a chance to check out the new Goldcrest Valley? From the screenshots, it looks like it's a bit more true to the original. Let's see here. Flybot got turned off. There, he's turned back on. Alright. Clubhouse should work now. It got turned off. Do you have a pig farm? That's the question. Do you have a pig farm? I hope so. Yeah, log into your Streamlabs account. Go to CloudBot and see if it's turned off. There's a little toggle at the top. It's possible that that got turned off. Ah, there's a pig farm. I'll be excited. Yeah, I've been trying to figure out what map or maps I'm going to stream starting next week. I was thinking maybe the Pennsylvania map. I was thinking maybe Goldcrest Valley that just got released. There's a Talbot map that some folks have said looks nice. I haven't had a chance to look at that. Get ready, everybody. I got a major announcement to make. Bergman is entering beta. Bergman is entering beta. So that might be a thing soon. Right? You know we're going to be looking at that when that pops out. So, how long it's going to be in beta, I don't know. I just was hearing people say, Bergman is close. Bergman is close. Went and looked at it today. Yeah, next week. Next week says beta week. Or beta week might be starting right now. Oh, let me go look. Let's go look here. Bergman is going on right now. April 27th to May 6th is beta promotion week. Let's see here. I don't know anything more than that. Look. Look at this. Beta promotion week. Oh, could that be a shot of it? Could that be a shot right there? What do we think? Did he use Elm Creek? Did he use... it looks a lot like Elm Creek to me. I don't see mountains in the background. Definitely isn't Erlengrot. And I don't see the hills in the background as if it was Holt Bit the Rune. I gotta say that, try talking a fancy non-French accent. So yeah, it could be a Elm Creek, maybe the basis of it, but trust me, you're not going to realize it's Elm Creek unless you look really good.
Just gonna visit the boys' room.
Sure.
Collectibles are allowed in the challenge. In fact, there is a bonus for the team if you collect all the collectibles. There is an additional, what, 25 points maybe? That goes to the team or teams if you collect all the collectibles. That gets applied once, it's not applied weekly. Oh! Oh, I snapped your header off. Now that was rough.
That's
Snapped-
awesome.
Snapped his header off. He just spun in a
Take that.
360.
Didn't even know that was possible.
You're right. Is it oats out in 7 and 8?
Sure. I think everything is oats except for this field. But we're not keeping the straw. We're just spreading it.
I'm just
Oh,
wondering
oh,
if
we
I
had
should just
beans.
run over to 7 and 8 because it's so small.
Yeah, if you want to. Doesn't matter. They're all the same.
And just work our way around the map.
What's this field right below us?
Probably oats.
Everything's oats.
Oh, I thought we had beans.
Beans.
No, we
So
actually
we-
decided not to do beans because
So we-
it wasn't giving us the score bump, like the economic score, because we weren't
yeah.
doing the
That's a whole lack of nitrogen.
yeah, the lack of nitrogen. You weren't getting the score bump up to 100. So to get the scores up to 100, we're testing a theory that we should do oats instead of beans. We'll get the score up to 100.
Well, I don't know if we'll ever get to it.
Well, we're trying. We're gonna get close.
Oh, I was looking at this gaping hole where the signage bunker used to be. And it looks empty. Oh wait, I'm missing a bunker.
They're a temporary storage facility now.
I think both teams have already collected the collectibles. If not, that's definitely money being left on the table, right? Money and points being left on the table. I'm not going behind. Down here by the main farm. It's just a little strip left.
Yeah, only a little bit left. Oh, I'm almost full.
Tow trucks. What tow trucks? Yeah, that was an interesting feature, right? Although I don't think they all show up. I think we had a little bit of difficulty getting a couple. But yeah, after you get a couple, it's like, boom. Hopefully more folks will figure out how that was done. Well, see,
Optimus, where you headed?
it might use...
4.
Is it only Giants Mod Hub? Is it something that 82 Studio did, or is it something somebody did without authorization? Right? Did somebody take his truck and redo it and slap it out there on one of the third-party sites. And the fact that we don't have winter. Right? If you don't have winter, you don't have the seasonal growth calendar on, does it still show up? Like during the winter months? Alright, I'm gonna get this last strip. As long as that truck up there is left, I can unload into it. Then you all tell me where I need to go.
If you want to assist Optimus on forward.
We might as well drop down to 21.
It's 21, the one right here below the farm.
Roger that.
We'll be too spread out then. For one person to court.
Yeah, we're not all going to fit on 4 though, are we?
Well, I'm on 7, 8 right now, so.
We can do 7, 8, 4 and 3. Let's clean the top side of the map.
Alright, sounds good.
I'm interested to see what happens to 7 and 8. See if we get the score up.
We should, once we get through a whole cycle. Assuming that they're all, you know, it's all showing that it's good.
Well, it was 72 before we started harvesting, so we'll see where it gets to be today.
Well, if Dwayne's
We
already
might need-
started, it should be climbing already.
We might need another cycle, though.
James, or are you going up with the other two, or can we do that?
I'm going up with the trailer. Whoever's wherever, it doesn't matter to me. I'm just
There
gonna
we
help
go.
them unload. And I have another harvester to run when I'm not unloading.
Alright, I've emptied into this truck. So that one can be unloaded. I'm on up at 7. Well, the Wreck-It is typically, I mean, that would be 82 Studios naming scheme, right? He always puts an "it" on the end of it. But the question is, does it use a script? Right? That's the big factor. If
Yeah,
it uses
totally.
a script, it won't be a console. If it doesn't use a script, then he just needs to get it uploaded to the mono. Maybe it's pending, right? There's still 400 and some odd mods out there pending.
He's actually live on his own channel right now, and he says 4 mods to be sent. Maybe that includes the record.
Ah, okay. 7 is at 88. 8 is at 72. Yeah, it's probably like the one that is on the boat on Elm Creek. It's visible in the winter, but the trigger is still there. In the summer, if you know where to go, you can walk up to it and hit R
Do we
and
have
still
that
collect it.
Cedar Gaming?
No, we returned it. If we need to reseed it, we can, but that would require fast forwarding and stuff, so I don't care. Unless you guys care.
It's only oats anyway. It's only 3 months. We've still got 1 more month to go with our soybeans. I mean, our beets.
I mean,
Challenge still goes till the end, till midnight. So
27 hours and 10 minutes. I mean, ultimately, you see where your EV score is. Decide if you're if you're fine with that bonus or not, right? Let's say
Yeah,
when
the
we're all
score,
said
the
and
score
done,
doesn't matter.
the EV score is 85. If that gives you a 10% bonus, right? Are you fine with that or not? It's okay. It's all good, Josh. You avoided the bot's wrath.
well, I think we have time to get these 2 fields and use the score on these 2.
Right on the bounce.
We're just going to direct seed them. You know, at least what you need to direct seed it if you want to do it.
Did you return my big Bordeaux or no?
Yeah, I returned it all. I didn't think we were going to try to reseed anything.
I was going to say I could have that 12-13 seed in 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes.
Oh, of course. So release it. Doesn't matter.
Isn't Cedar still there in on the main yard?
I was going to say I seen the tillage unit, but I just didn't see the air tank.
Well, that's the cultivator, not the
You know,
seeder.
that's half of it.
Well, no, the cultivator is standalone. You'd still need the air seeder and the air tank. Cultivator is separate. That's what's on the farm.
Are you on 7, Gizmo?
Oh,
Yeah, I'm just coming up to you.
Yeah, the Paralink hole drill is still on the yard, so we just need the air tank.
right. That's what it says in the garage.
Not bad.
Still have the stagger.
We should be able to finish these 2 fields. If you're needed over there to unload them.
Yeah, I'm
don't know, Phil, the Phoenix in 19 was loud like y'all are get out. There you go, look, we can see the water tower. All of that is beets. From here to the water tower, beets. I don't think you have any hope. Well, the only way you're going to get that truck softer is to make your own private edit and knock down the volume in the XML. Here we go. Oh, look at that. Perfection. Alright, Dwayne, I got the last pass.
Go.
What about the other maps released today? We had, what, Riverview? We had, Mazdozani, Polish map, Mazda something. And then that Forster map, Forstinning or something like that. Two versions of what? Get Rabbit Rob to go fix your bot. We go. Slow this so I can see. Oakcrest Valley. We talked a little bit about that earlier. Seems to be a much truer representation or port of the original. We've got the original looking town. What looks like a more original looking farm because we have the old farmhouse. I saw from the thumbnail. We have what looks like the old silo from the thumbnail. Sounds like we have the pig farm is back. So yeah, we'll be really excited to look at that. I'm going to be doing a whole lot of map videos tomorrow. A lot of map videos tomorrow, and hopefully maybe we'll be streaming back on this map tomorrow night. If everything goes well, I'll plan on streaming here tomorrow night too. Unless, you know, somehow all the fields are harvested already.
Well, if we keep doing the cereal crops right now, we should be able to get cereal crops done tonight. And if you want to leave the beets for tomorrow, that's fine. Or for that matter, we could get most of the beet field done and just finish it up on stream.
I would not wait to do anything.
Yeah. Just do as much as we can.
Because that beet field is probably at least 6 to 7 hours. The last thing we need to do is have stuff not harvested by midnight tomorrow.
Is there a penalty for that at all?
No, it's just money you've left on the field.
Right, no, that's what I thought.
So the goal would be that nothing is growing in any of the fields, because that means you spent money on seed and time that you didn't need to.
We're just going to reseed that 7-8 just to keep that score up and down. Get a turn on.
Might as well, so that when we sell the sugar beets, we can sell them as high as possible.
Pro Gamer 78. Thank you, sir, for the $2 super chat.
Feel free to reset the quad track down to the shop and release your poor go again.
Yeah, just picking up the cedar.
I saw some message pop up.
I assume that's what was happening.
Combine on the yard is just filled up, prepared, and ready to go. Seeding will only take me a couple minutes.
I'm at 55. I don't know where Alchemist is.
65.
Sound rough still.
Yeah.
That's where I was.
Yeah, go ahead. Say it.
No, I was also sick earlier this week. I sounded really rough too.
Yeah, I've been coughing for the past 3 days, so
was rough the end of last week and over the weekend, but I attribute mine to that nasty green and yellow dust that happens at every springtime.
Not the southern pollen thing, is it?
Are you telling me you don't get that up there in the Great North?
Not to that extent. I've spent my time in the south there, and I'm well aware of what it does in the spring.
You know, where literally one morning, I got in the car and I hit my wipers and wiped it off the windshield. And you could just see the pollen just kind of float off the windshield.
Nasty stuff.
Schultz,
Yeah,
modding, welcome.
We've been doing some renovation during the weekend and it was fine, but when I woke up in the Tuesday it was sore throat and then I got like super cold and had a fever for 2 days.
Yeah, I'm still running a fever on and off. I just can't kick it.
Yeah, and well, I wasn't even on the PC or anything because I had hurt. I couldn't even look at the screen. But then again, I was lying in the bed and I can't sleep, so it's just basically lying and doing nothing,
Sounds
but
like,
still being tired.
Sounds like some rough flu symptoms there. Gooders Workbench! Congratulations on your mod drop.
Yeah, so I'll probably have to drop off now because I started half sleeping in the chair.
Definitely. Save yourself.
But
Thanks
I'll
for
try.
being here, Optimus.
I'll be on
Look after yourself,
tomorrow.
Optimus.
I'll be on tomorrow for probably last 7 or 8 hours on the server to finish everything off.
Yeah, mate.
Just as we started.
A little honey, a little warm alcohol.
I don't like honey, but alcohol can do.
Yeah.
Although the warm alcohol's not nice.
Booze I can do.
That's true.
Can we fit? Can we fit? Oh. I don't know. I don't know. Can we fit? Make it stuck.
Okay, I'll be dropping off now.
We can't.
Have a nice rest of the evening, guys.
Thank you.
Catch you tomorrow.
Take care, mate. Be good.
Have a good one.
Now we can all have our American mailboxes. I can tell you one thing. Next map I play will not have ditches. That is a guarantee. You can take that to the bank. You like that?
Yeah.
You know, Schultz, if they liked Scooter's thumbnail, Maybe he needs to make yours. This contract out. Thumbnails by Scooter. That could be a whole side job.
We are going to take the biggest air seeder bit so we can plant the smallest field.
What
Good luck.
what else is in
It
testing
wasn't
that
that
you
hard
all
when I did it
are,
last time.
are looking forward to the release? We talked a bit about
3 passes.
easy dev controls. Oh, look at me. Look at me. Cool hand. Cool hand flying. That's right. Got my stash. Got some 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah, that would be John.
We had to get rid of the ghost tractor. It was driving us crazy.
The ghost tractor? Oh, yeah. Well, Giants knows about it. Supposedly it's going to be fixed in an update.
Yeah, besides the weights and the ghosting, it doesn't show up on the map either. If it's not hooked up to a toolbar, you can't find it on the map.
What?
Yep.
Well tested, wasn't it?
Some days you wonder.
I tried the track version too, and it was horrible. It didn't have traction. It wasn't 4-wheel, like you have a tracked vehicle, you expect it to be 4-wheel drive. It wasn't. It wasn't even all-wheel drive. It was just drive.
Oh, really?
Like you tried to go across one of these ditches, and it would get caught because two of the wheels that weren't touching the ground wouldn't have any drive force, and the ones that were remaining turned off. So you get 2 in the air spinning and 2 on the ground not doing anything. So you're stuck
Oh.
with a tracked vehicle. It was just like
The
that
moral of the
seems
story is
cool.
don't play on any more maps with ditches. That's the solution. It's not the tractor's fault.
Well, if you want to be playing with the Xerion tractor, don't play on a track with ditches. Yeah.
I have to say, this map has held up very well. The abuse that we have put it through.
Very true.
Agree.
Productions have held up very well with the amount of productions that we have put down.
It's been very smooth.
The amount of stuff we have, the amount of slots we report being used every week. Very impressed with its overall performance. Can you come up toward me? I'm not going to be able to make it down.
Don't come in.
66. I mean the harvester. We're using less than 4 gigs of mod space. Let's see, what do we got? How many mods we got? We're using 2.36 gigabits of mods. Using 58% of our 4 gig limit. overall, this server's run less with like 15% utilization. I would guess it probably still has ditches. I mean, I think that's possibly a defining feature of the area.
Enjoy what you want.
50%. Spending a lot of time spinning around telephone poles, so I'm not actually collecting very much.
No worries.
But that should be good for another turn.
Now the big question is, there won't be a challenge coming in May. Big question is, if anybody wants to do multiplayer, we can kick up the community server again. And I've got 2 servers that will be unoccupied. So we could have as much as 3 of them running in the Discord. All I need is players, and at least 1 person per server willing to be the, quote, server boss to keep up with mods and other associated needs.
Well, I might have to take a week off from Farm Sim.
Scooter, any map that you all want? Nitrodad's map, the Green Valley, Green River, whatever that 4X Nebraska map was, is, whatever people want. Roy's also looking to fire up a realistic server for some folks who are interested in playing in a realistic manner, probably small equipment. Realistically, he approached me about putting a post in the Discord about it. I told him go ahead and slap it in Gamers Corral, but I think he's still working through some of the details. But ultimately, I need a couple people to step up and say I want to be the farm boss, if you will, of one of the servers. And like I said, it's just being the server lead. Yeah, ultra realistic. You know, small equipment, no auto load. Probably no hired help. Do it all yourself type of stuff. Probably will have the more realistic type mods installed. That REA mod will likely be installed. Manual attach, if it works on servers, will be installed. Dozer, as I said, it's going to be. I need somebody who's going to be willing to and able to basically coordinate with the players of the server, add mods when the people that want to be You know, want mods added to the server. Restart the server when need be. Basically lead the lead it. Right. Ideally, that person would be actively playing on the server. I can't do it myself because I've got too much going on. But I want to be able to provide the resources to people that are interested. I've got a ridiculously large server credit on game servers, thanks to people like you and other people that have watched my server how-to videos over the years. Whenever they go out to game servers and use my affiliate link to sign up for a month, 3 months, 6 months, or a year, then I get a little bit of a kickback, if you will, added to the account. And I've elected to have the game servers referral money go straight as an account credit. So we have enough account credit to fund a crazy amount of farm sim servers for years to come. I haven't had to pay for a farm sim server since 2017. So, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. Carrie, I get server down messages at work. I don't need server down messages after work. But yeah, Carrie was a part of the Susquehanna server we did. Scooter's Workbench was part of the Susquehanna server we did last year. Schultz was in the community server for a while that we did right after 22 came out. Yeah, so more than willing to provide the resources. Just need people to step up and willing to run with those resources and help manage them.
I'll be right back.
But overall, I got to be very careful about overcommitting. It's so easy to overcommit. I think we all know how easy it is to overcommit. Go. Wow, this is what we just harvested. Oh my lord. These are all beets. All that is beets. But Carrie, that's the thing, right? If you gotta really, if it feels like you've got to force yourself to get into a map, then it's not going to work, right? I know when I'm doing a map tour, or I know before I've even done a map tour, when I'm just looking around the map, preparing for the map video, I know if I want to play on the map or not. You know, when you find the right map, you're like, this is it. You sit there and you think, this is definitely it. I don't know what I'm going to do on the map, but this is it. And what was that map that came out last week, this week? The one with the grapes and the olives. I could see myself on that map. Elk Mountain just got an update. That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good point. Elk Mountain just got an update. Added alfalfa. Apparently added anhydrous. Although I'd say I'd be a little
Start on
apprehensive to add anhydrous to precision farming right now, because I suspect precision farming is going to get an update. I don't know how soon it's going to get an update, but I suspect it's going to get an update. And when you add anhydrous, you have to edit precision farming itself. So when it updates, all of your edits go away. Yeah, that's because if you remember in 19, the way precision farming worked is all of the nitrogen values are defined in the precision farming mod, except for when it relates to additional crops. So added crop types, like he added alfalfa, and like Calmsden has linseed. Added crop types, you define the nitrogen, the pH needs per soil type, per crop, in the map itself. But for new nitrogen ways, like a map has compost, if a map has anhydrous, or some other form of adding nitrogen to the soil, precision farming doesn't look in the map for that information to be defined. That has to be defined, sadly, in the mod itself. So you'd have to go in the mod and define anhydrous and how much nitrogen does it add to the soil, what is the usage rate of anhydrous. If you put anhydrous down, you know, before you put a crop in the ground, then what does it do to the soil? If you put anhydrous down after the crop is in the ground, then you also have to define it kind of that way.
After the silo dry.
And
Sorry, I'm at 20. Mark DuPont. Guess what? This video is brought to you by Mark DuPont. You missed it. You were
It'd be
promised
interesting
beats,
to
but
know if somebody has this map with the field calculator on there, how much
we decided
acreage, field 11, 9,
we
10,
decided we were gonna do that
22,
after we
23,
harvested all this other stuff.
25, 26.
Yeah, I'd be interested in the save game file just to be able to run it once with field calculator to find out how big that field is.
I don't think the field calculator is going to tell you a merged field.
No, but you could add up each individual.
You'd have to take each individual field. At
Yeah,
that point, all you gotta do is fire this up in local.
in a save game, regular. Yeah.
I doubt anyone involved with this project really wants to continue the save game.
I don't ever want to see this map again.
Yeah, I don't mind this map at all.
If anything, I'd come back to this map just to edit all the ditches out of the map, just for the
Flatten
sake
it
of doing
all.
it. Flatten it out.
Oh,
Ditches are good for Tukey and comic relief.
Yeah, exactly. Comic relief for sure.
yeah. Someone asked me the other day if I knew where there was any anhydrous equipment, and I don't. I'm sure there's some release somewhere on Facebook or Itch. So, Mark, we're going to harvest the beet tomorrow. We'll probably still be harvesting the beets tomorrow night.
Yeah, it's just one more round of harvesting. If you look at this field and all of the other fields up here that were plowed, they're up to 97 to 100%.
Beet field took a bit of a hit in 7 and 8 did.
Indeed, I did a
But I
video
think
on the
once it gets harvested, it'll be fine.
Well, yeah. The
Yeah.
Sasquatch map. Did a
Right,
video
but
on that
we've
one
only
the other
harvested
day.
it once. It needs to be harvested
that's
twice.
I think it looks great.
How you doing, Dre?
Yeah, we don't want to touch any of these fields that we've harvested
33.
at this point, other than 7 and 8.
Yeah. We'll do that.
Arg! You gotta get your hook out and your patch. All right, tourist season is coming.
Catch you on the turn, Gizmo.
Yeah, I'm hanging back, mate. Let you guys sort yourselves out.
Into the twisty fields with the drainage, the windy roads, the hilly roads.
gonna keep going round and round.
Oh no. I can believe this.
I made it to second place. Oh, here we go. Oh, we're splitting it. We're splitting it.
Uh-oh.
I don't play the game to make money. It just happens by accident. Well, I mean, the premise of that map is you're taking it over. Classic, you're taking a farm over from your dad, from your granddad, from, whatever. So if you're taking it over, then, you're starting on an already established farm. Oh, Mark, I thought it was Dogecoin myself. We need to get cryptocurrency in. Do a little harvester dance. I'm on 6 MPHs. Don't know what that translates to. KPHs. Yeah, it's the hut and the rundown barn. Then you have a farmhouse. Some John Deere stuff. Well, Doge is based on dogs, and we all know my stance on dogs. Guess we're gonna go down by the BGA next.
18 next.
From 18, we could go to 34, and then 36, 37, and then we're right at the farm. Take a scenic road around.
Yeah, we got this one because, well, the big John Deere harvester that is on the server as a mod, we decided it just unloads too slow. So it holds more grain, but it unloads a lot slower. So we decided to move over to the Kloss. I think that harvester might consume more fuel too. All right, later, Mike. Thanks for dropping by. Sorry you couldn't join us tonight. Anybody need unloading?
I'm good for now. I'm at 47%.
Just getting diesel, I'll be up in a bit.
77. I would have to finish this field and park it at the truck in.
Console is currently leading, yes. That is indeed. You can find the full accounting down in the description.
I can finish this up gaming if you want to head to 18.
We lost 300 points
Sounds good.
as a result of not being able to get our EV score up to the required 85. Oh, back up. Last week. I'm good on fuel. So right now we're just working to make a strong finish. Mathematically, the contest was over at the second week. Darren, what is up? Watch the emotes. Streamlabs is gonna bite you here in a minute. This last week, each team was required to plow everything. Every field had to be plowed starting Monday at midnight. So, our massive grass field, plowed. Every field had to be replowed. I'm not really overly concerned at this point, but yeah, here you go. Field 9, 11, 10, 22, 23, 24, 25, and 26 are all beets. all of those fields are beets. Yeah. All right, Dozer, thanks for dropping by. His plow's not for all platforms, so nope. Nope. So it's definitely been a adventure, right? We're definitely using machines that we typically do not use. Many of us are playing in ways that we do not typically play. We're definitely using mods that we would not typically use. No to the grapes. Well, what about olives? Or you no to the olives too? I tell you what beat us. What beat us over the head and why we had the issue with the EV score was we had field...
Anyone need emptying?
I'm good so far.
We had field 3 partially planted in sugarcane. Not the whole field, maybe about 50% of it. Maybe 40% of the field was in sugarcane. Well, as a result, we weren't really... Precision farming isn't designed around having a partial field with crop in it. So the EV score on that field was just horrible. Over on fields 7 and 8, we also had a combination of olives and grapes, but not over the entire field. Once again, we were bit because we didn't have an entire field's worth of a single crop. And since we didn't have an entire field's worth of single crop, we got bit with EV score. And those two fields are what kept us from getting above 85. I can go with an unload.
On your way.
Well choreographed.
Oops, going.
It was definitely an unknown carry. It was definitely unknown. We're still trying to get this EV score up. So part of 8, well, all of 8 was like grapes. Part of 7 was grapes and olives. And, you know, we're still fighting to get the EV score up on that field. We finally got field 3 up, but we had a section here of sugarcane. This whole part of the field was empty. So well, they mark one way to play, and I did this in 19 on Erlengrad. I did precision farming, and I used organic fertilizer. So I had a big cow farm on the Erlengrad playthrough, and I decided I was going to do only organic fertilizer because I had a ton of manure, I had a ton of slurry, and it required multiple passes. So I knew what crop I was going to put in the field. I knew what the optimal nitrogen level should be. So after harvest, I would do a pass of, let's say, slurry, and that would bump up the nitrogen, specific values. Because if you apply fertilizer with no crop in it, then it applies a fixed amount per soil type. And if you apply organic fertilizer, it always applies a fixed amount per soil type. So I do a pass of slurry, and if I needed more, I do a pass of manure, and it would bump it up again the same amount. And then if I needed another pass, I would do maybe slurry again. It would bump it up again, and at that point I would probably be real close. And I would say, okay, I'm close enough. And then I would seed and I would be done. So that's one way of doing it, right? You needed an average carry of 85. So, I mean, look here, right? Right now our average is 71. And we have 98, a 99, a 97. 270s, they're really bringing it down. We have 100, 99, 100, 98, 99, 70, 70, 98, 97, 55. This one's killing us. 55, 55, 70, 70, 69, 69. These all should jump when we harvest. So this score should go up significantly as we harvest these fields, as we harvest that field, and as we harvest these. Yeah. Knowing your style of play, I think you get a dig out of organic. And, you could get a dig out of turning auto off and adjusting the application rate manually. Right? So then knowing, all right, certain parts of the field are silty clay. I need to add, so much nitrogen for silty clay. Other parts of the field are loam, so I can add, maybe a different amount. Yeah, the EV score really brings a whole other aspect to it because of this bonus right now. Right now our sell prices are bonused by 6%. As the EV score climbs, this bonus will climb. So we don't want to sell our stuff until we have the best EV score. But what if we have a really good price? Then we got to weigh it out. Do I sell now and get less of a bonus but get a better price? do I sell later and have maybe a lesser price, but a bigger bonus? At 69. And Gizmo just pops in from the bottom of the screen. So we're going 10 kpHs. Doing a chemical, an organic playthrough also means you don't have to mess with that passive sensor. Having the passive sensor on your mirrors, because of course you would need to edit a tractor mod to add the passive sensors or use that scanner. If you do organic, you don't have to worry about scanning crops because you don't have crops in the ground when you're applying organic. Hammering up fields out.
Doug, how you doing?
I'm good.
I'm good.
Read it.
55. Here you go.
What's up? Yeah, so the way precision farming working right now, where it's not really giving you credit for the nitrogen until you harvest, isn't so hot, right? Yeah, if we only had one of those unrealistic beet harvesting headers. Lined up. And there we go. A little recreation from earlier in the week. Yeah, I think tomorrow we're gonna put out some, at least 2 map videos tomorrow. I'm gonna try to record. What I got? I got 5 map videos to record. So I'm gonna try to put out 2 tomorrow. I'm gonna put out 2 on Sunday. I'm gonna have 1 in the can for Monday. And then we'll probably try to be back on this map to close out the challenge tomorrow night. I don't know if I'm going to stream to midnight. Really, it depends on how much work there needs to be done on the server. But we'll definitely be streaming for a while. There will likely be a lot of beets to harvest tomorrow. And then the challenge is going to end in 26 hours. So 26 hours from now, the challenge is over. We're going to pull the save games at midnight, May 1st. I've got to work a little bit on Sunday in the office. So I will probably tabulate up the scores on Sunday and post the winner that way. And then Sunday night I plan on doing a summary video where we're going to take a look at the map, exactly how we started the month. We're going to look at each server's save game and do kind of an aerial tour and basically see, what fields did we buy, what fields did the console guys buy. All the production's going to have to remain because we can't sell any production. So we'll be able to see a little bit of what strategies did each team take with respect to the production. And kind of do a wrap-up video. I think people will enjoy seeing that. Carrier will have as many beet harvesters running as we have people on the server. We will have trailers stationed strategically such that people can unload at the end of each pass.
Sorry, Gizmo. I'm having a little bit of lag issues here.
Oh yeah.
So if we
mate,
get
I was
5
in the
people
other
on the
truck.
server, we'll have 5. If we get 6, if we get 7, we could have a
We go
total
to
of
34
10.
next.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. Go wherever you want to go.
We can have up to a total of 10.
Well, I think we're just
Or do
right
you want to
across
jump
the
across
fields
to,
on it.
or do you want to jump across to 21?
Let's go to 21.
Wherever you want to go.
Let's go 21. It's closest. Careful going around around the trees, guys. Either jump the ditch or go straight across.
It's also bigger, isn't it?
Yeah. 21's fine.
21, so it's big. It's better for 3 of us on.
Yeah, exactly. The other ones we can do solo.
We can do solo.
It's a post that doesn't go through there
It's not a
very
tree game. Enjoy it.
W900 Aldi.
Well,
Aldi truck. Ah, okay. Over here, Aldi's a grocery.
I'll be good for a while, Gizmo. We just don't.
Yeah, no, I'm just bringing the fleet over, mate.
All right.
There we go. We jumped the ditch. Now we square that off. Yeah, so this one's already 99. Hey, once you get a harvest or two under the fields, the score stabilizes. No, we don't have time to pick a straw up. Like I said, challenge ends in 26 hours. No time to collect the straw. We've got we've got 4 people on. Schultz wants to know if you're disappointed, Dwayne, that you're not trying to pick up straw.
That's breaking my heart. Hardly makes me want to come onto the map.
It's just you're losing your motivation because of all this straw we're just leaving.
What a waste of perfectly good straw. I mean, the forage wagon is my friend.
I mean, it's not like we have probably straw stored in the...
We actually went through
digits.
almost all of it. Because we were feeding like 500 cows while fast forwarding, so we had to make a lot of TMR.
I think we had more than 500.
It was an estimate. I know we definitely had more.
We had 5 buildings.
Yeah, we had 240 in each.
So that makes 1,000 almost?
Yes.
I don't know. I can't do math. I'm sick.
And it's
Yes.
well over 1,000.
4 would
Maybe
be
12.
would be
1,200.
960. Right.
Yeah, well, they took like 1 million liters of TMR like every 2-3 months, so we made a lot of TMR with all that straw.
Anyone need emptying?
Oh yeah, I was gonna go and split this field in half, but I knew I couldn't make
Where-
it, so
Where are
I'm
you,
at 60.
I'm along the road.
You're
I'll
along the
empty in one of these carts that are already here.
I can split the field. I'm at 39.
on my way.
Yeah, you go ahead and get gaming
Green
there.
one's empty. Don't enjoy. Red one's full.
Why isn't Schultz on here not on here helping right now?
Oh, that is a question.
I know, seriously. He can chat, but he can't farm?
All right, guys, we're going to go ahead and call it for the day. I got to go check and see if there's anything I need to get done before it gets too terrible late. I'm going to be stepping away from the server for a little bit. Then I'm going to jump back in here and help these guys finish their oat harvest off. But
I'm gonna turn right here.
I'm not going to have you guys just sitting around watching
Go
nothing
straight down.
Yeah.
for 15 or
Okay,
20
I'm
minutes.
gonna go towards.
Like I said,
Yeah.
check the channel out.
Yeah,
We're going to have some map
sure.
videos drop tomorrow. Plan is to be back streaming on the server tomorrow evening to start closing out the challenge. And until next time, happy farming. He said he's got company coming.
Pizza delivery guy doesn't count.
What I'm